Hi everyone, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. This video, I have a couple of things I want to talk about. First, I'm going to give you a little update on the last video that I made regarding my little quest to get rid of these little things. You know, been having a little bit of a battle with my pharmacy because I've been wanting to eliminate these things in my life as much as possible and reuse my empty containers to refill my scripts rather than constantly getting more and more and more and more of these things. So, as you know, I spoke with Lee Ellisaw, who is the district zoning manager for the pharmaceutical departments in Fry's supermarket, which is a grocery store that I shop in. And I get my prescriptions in there. And I've been asking my pharmacist for the longest time to be able to hand in my old prescription vials to have my new scripts filled in rather than continuing to get more and more each month. And he said no. And then I went in a couple of days ago because I needed to refill my blood pressure medication, which used to come in a shell pack, a little cardboard board that you could pop the pills out in. And last month I got it delivered in this, and when I went to pay for the prescription, it came in this again. And I says, how come I don't get those cardboard shell boards anymore? And he says, well, it's cheaper for us to get the pills in bulk in big plastic bottles and then just count them out and put them in the vials. And I says, well, I don't know if you remember. I says, but I'm trying to eliminate using as much single-use plastic as possible. He says, yes, I remember you. I know you. We talked about this before. And I said, well, I also had a very long conversation with Lee Ellisaw. And I said, you know who he is? He went, yeah, I know who he is. He's my boss. So anyway, I told him that Lee was kind enough to watch that movie I had recommended, Baggett. And it was an eye-opener for him, and that he was going to have a conference call in a couple of weeks with several of his associates, and they were going to put a few things on the table to try to find an option either to replace these vials or to allow the customer the option to use her old vials to renew prescriptions, to cut down on the amount that these are thrown in the trash. So he says to me, well, he says, look, I know you're trying to do your bit, and I know that, you know, this is important to you. So, I mean, if you really want to bring in your old vial, I will come in the day you need the prescription filled, and I will take this and I will refill your prescription in this and put a new label on it. I says, you'll do that for me? I said, because you said before that you couldn't. He says, well, I know how important it is to you, and you did speak to Lee, so I will do it for you if you come in the day that you need the prescription. And hand it to me, and I will fill it, relabel it, and this way you don't have to keep getting new vials every month. Additional vials every month. So I was very happy. So that, you know, even though it was a small victory to some, it was a big victory to me because this is what I wanted to do for myself all along, to have the option, to have the choice, and a couple of phone calls to the right person got my pharmacy to do this for me. So I walked away feeling triumphant. And I was happy about that. Also, a couple other things I wanted to talk about today is Lucia, Miss Loli's World, another good friend of mine who recently moved to San Diego. Many of you follow Lucia's videos. And she moved to San Diego from another area in California because she's attending school in San Diego to get her master's in clinical psychology. So I wish her a lot of luck. I do believe she was supposed to start her school on the 27th. So Lucia, congratulations on your first steps towards being a clinical psychologist. I know how much it means to you. And my best of luck and a lot of love goes your way. She also recently put up a very cute little video of her dog Ozzy after he had his bath, and how Ozzy was just wiggling all over the rug trying to dry the wetness off his fur. And it reminded me so much of my Charlie, my dog that I used to have. And I talked to Lucy about him before, but I have a picture that I'm going to show you all about of little Charlie that I love so much. This is my little Charlie. He's a Chinese crested powder puff, or was a Chinese crested powder puff. And Charlie is that the breed of dog that is the hairless dog with a little tuft of hair on the crown and on the feet and on the end of the tail, and everything else is like naked, like a pig. Well, this is the same breed, only with hair. Charlie's father was a hairless. His mother was a puff, and he was the best companion I ever had. The sweetest dog, the best disposition. And everybody that met my Charlie wanted a dog just like him. And I literally placed about 5 or 6 dogs, litter mates from the woman that bred these dogs. And I would never go to a breeder again for a dog. But I happened to be working with this girl in a flower shop, and she was breeding the cresteds. And she had just brought... Charlie was actually born in the flower shop that I worked in prior to my working there. And she had some pictures of him, and I said, oh, he's cute. You know, periodically, her name was Jenny. She'd bring in some little doggies that might have been preemies or needed to be given extra feedings, and if a mother was about to give birth, she would bring him in every day, and that's how Charlie was born in the flower shop, as his mother, Angel, was ready to give birth and happened to have her litter under the bench in the flower shop. So he was about 4 months old when I first saw him, and wound up not adopting him, I bought him. It cost me $100, and it was the best $100 I ever spent. This is my sweet Charlie. And unfortunately, he got valley fever when I first moved here. Moved back here from Florida. He was born in Florida, and I moved back here in 2001. In 2003, he contracted valley fever, and we struggled with that for about 4 years. And he was about 12 years, 8 months when I had to put him down, because he was just getting worse and worse, and I was running out of money, and he got the best of care, and he had a good life, but I miss him dearly. So this is my sweet Charlie. I love him, and I miss him. Also, I want to give a shout out to Sally, Cabernet Queen, I think her name is, for doing such a wonderful video honoring Connie, Quilting Connie B, and her triumphant work that she has done over these, 14, 15 months since she had her gastric bypass. I could not have said what Sally said about her in better words. She has really been an inspiration to all of us for how hard she's worked to get this weight off of her, the struggle that she went through to achieve what she's achieved thus far. And I know without a doubt that Connie will get to the finish line, and she will get her plastic surgery, and she will be completely and totally a new woman. Thanks to her sister Rosemary, who supported her, and her wonderful husband Alfred, who is with her and has walked every step of the journey with his wife. And he's an honorable man, and should be applauded. Alfred, bravo for the support you give your wife. And also bravo for Rosemary, who's the best sister in the world. And I've adopted them, by the way. I'm an only child, so Connie and Rosemary are my adopted siblings. They're my sisters. And one of these days, I'm going to take a ride over to California and meet them. I think Connie's going down to meet Rosemary in October, and I will really going to try to get my tail down there so I could meet both of them. It's not that far. I'm in Arizona, so anyway. And Lucia, too. I'd love to go see Lucia in San Diego while I'm there. You know, why not? So that's about all I have to talk about. I stepped up my exercise a big notch since I came home from Florida, and I've lost another pound. My weight right now is 241. It was kind of stuck at 245 for the longest time, and I'm down 3 pounds total. So I'm down to 241, and I understand that I'm way past my postmenopausal time, and my metabolism is that of a slug, so it's going to take a while for me to get down to my goal. I'm shooting for about maybe 160, 165. I'm 5'7" tall, so that's always been a very comfortable weight for me. So I have quite a few pounds to go to get there. But little by little, step by step, I will get there, and we all will get there. I just want to tell all of you people out there that get depressed or feel angry or disappointed in yourself because you're just not losing enough weight fast enough. Please don't feel that way. You just have to persevere and be persistent and just do what you need to do every day the best you can. Follow the rules the best you can, and in due time you will get to your destination. So just keep on going. And again, anything in life that anybody wants to do, whether it be a life-changing something or a career-changing something, I just want to inspire you the best I can with this quotation to do whatever it is that you want to do now. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is just a waste of time. Although it is something that we all go through, and we go through it for a reason. But you just have to just tell yourself that if I stand here and don't do what I want to do, I stagnate in my own procrastination, and it serves no purpose to anyone, especially to me. So this quote is something that I will share with you. And it's a quotation by Marie Byron Ray. And I think I got it off of a Health Seeker channel. And I loved it so much I made a notation of it. And it reads, "Begin doing what you want to do now. We are not living in eternity. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting away like a snowflake." So time is precious. Time flies by fast. We're not getting any younger, so anything that you want to do in life, just do it. Bye all. See you again soon.